What is up, everyone? Welcome to Reality Room Podcast, episode 35, with Paul and Chris bringing you the latest on Big Brother 18.
Episodes 33 to 34?
I believe so, yeah.
Yes.
So we're covering the veto episode and the eviction episode that just aired. Probably have this up pretty soon. So that just aired this week. If you guys remember from last episode, we just had Paul and Michelle just put on the block together. And we had what appeared to have been a 4-person alliance form. So, Chris, what do you think about this week so far?
I think this week Nicole's playing a lot more strategic than she did pretty much any other week.
I know. I mean, it's about fucking time,
right?
Yeah, I mean...
and, you know, she kind of has, like, a sub-alliance with James and Natalie right now, so I think she does have to make a decision. So she maybe assumes that keeping Michelle would not be good because if Paul and Victor go, she can't play in the next HOH, which means she has to rely on Corey, which means that, you know, too many things are going around, and she wants something concrete so that way she can prepare herself to be safe for the following week.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense, honestly. She wants to make sure that she has a solid alliance going forward. But it's like Chris said, she's going to have to make a decision, and we'll get to what that decision is later on. So let's just go right into the picking players for the veto competition. Everyone is picked aside from Natalie. Okay, so Natalie is
hosting the competition.
And we'll jump right to the competition. But it seems like their plan at this point is to throw the competition to Victor, so Victor can take Paul off the block, so they don't have to be paranoid at all, and then James or Natalie can go up. You know, I mean, because that would be forced to happen. Right. So what do you think about that plan? Think it's solid?
Yeah, I think it works out really well. Victor wins the veto, takes Paul off the block.
I think they're Gucci, good to go.
No matter what, Nicole's good on both sides anyways.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So we jump into the veto competition. And we see this like this Christmas theme. How about you guys? I'm pissed about this fucking Christmas theme. They're doing this every fucking episode now. It's like, oh, let's do some Christmas shit for Corey again.
Who cares?
I don't care.
What does it matter though?
They did it like 5 times. Like,
it's listen, like an homage. I think it's funny.
If they just did that veto competition, didn't have shit with like the candy canes and stuff, I'd be all right. Like, I love Christmas, but
yeah, I like Christmas.
They're only doing this for Corey. Whatever. Okay. Anyway, what do you think about?
I disagree, but moving forward.
What do you think about how this veto competition looked?
How it looked? I thought it was pretty cool. I like how there was reindeer. I like how there was like a large amounts of stuff, small amounts of stuff, and it seemed like everything was like nice and organized. And it didn't seem like it was too difficult to count everything.
Yeah, I mean, some
and
things
it seemed like
were...
that, like a lot of them had like really, especially Paul had a really good strategy, folding constantly. To make sure that Michelle didn't win the power of veto. Yeah,
and you know, I thought it was a very interesting comp. And this is the Hold 'em and Fold 'em comp. I don't remember exactly what they called it this time around, but if you guys watched our last episode, McRae said that was the veto that was coming up, and lo and behold, he was right about it. All right, so let's talk a little bit about how the competition started. So if you remember what we just said before, the plan was for Victor to win. Unfortunately, first thing goes on, and the first vote for whatever. I forgot what they were counting. Do you remember?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't remember either. But they were counting whatever, and Victor gets out. I think he said. I think I remember his number was 225.
Yeah.
Why do I remember his number, but not the fucking thing they were counting? Whatever. So Paul folds, and everyone stays. I believe everyone stays, and Nicole wins the first thing. So if you guys don't know, to win this, either everyone has to get out. The person with the furthest number away from the guests is out, and the person who's closest gets a point. First person to 3 points wins, or the last player to not get out wins.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so very, very simple. So, secondly, I think we had Nicole win again, right?
Yep, Nicole won it.
I think they were counting some carrots.
Yeah.
Boy knows his carrots. So
girl knows her carrots.
Paul actually had the closest that time, but he folded. So.
Yeah, Paul got pretty close to some of them.
Yeah, he got the closest on 2 of them, actually. Yeah, good for him. Mm-hmm. So that's the case. Nicole gets the second one, and who was eliminated? James was, I believe. So James is eliminated, which is good because I don't want Natalie or James to win at this point. So the next round, we actually have an interesting strategy being brought up by Corey here. And you know what? A lot of us at home at first were probably like a little confused about this. Why don't you explain what he did?
So Corey wanted to throw, he wanted to stay into the game with Nicole and pretty much choose a really high number, which was $5 billion.
$1 billion.
1 billion. I'm sorry, 1 billion.
It's a big number.
That is a pretty big number, and he wanted to throw it for Nicole so that way she would get the candy cane, and he knew that in case somebody had to get out of the game, that it would be him instead of Nicole.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was kind of like a risky move, but he wanted Nicole to win the veto and have a chance to get Michelle out of the game.
Yeah, he noticed that Nicole had the second highest number, so it's like, okay, I'm going to stay. Because I think if Nicole had like an in-between number, he probably would have folded.
Yeah.
So I think that was actually very smart on Corey. And maybe he's not as dumb as people like make him out to be. Although he did have like this little thing in the comp, he was just staring at the fucking reindeer like, I want to pet him.
He really likes Christmas.
He really loves Christmas. It just never stops. we'll see so much Christmas stuff coming up. I guarantee it. All right. So with that one, we had Corey get out with his $1 billion, and Michelle gets her first point.
Right.
Good for Michelle,
good
right?
for Michelle.
All right. So the next thing they count, I believe they count the names on the wall next.
Right. Yeah.
I believe so. And at this point, it's between Paul, Nicole, and Michelle. And Paul folds again, Michelle stays, and Nicole stays, and Nicole gets it. So that's three out of the three she needs, and she's HOH for the week.
And she won the
veto.
Too.
She's HOH.
So,
that's what I meant.
HOH and veto. It's pretty good. This is Nicole's, and she made this very clear that this is her first veto that she's won for 2 seasons.
Yeah, I know. I think Michelle said something funny in the house, like, outside, like on the feeds, he's like, "Oh, congratulations, Nicole, on winning your first veto in 150 days." All right, calm down, Michelle. I thought it was funny, but
Yeah.
She didn't actually say it, so. All right, so basically at this point, you have them kind of talking, Nicole and Corey talking about, okay, who they're going to get out this week. They said basically they have all the power. They were discussing about possibly getting Paul or Victor out. I mean, I don't know. It's pretty confusing. What do you think about their position right now? What do you think would be best for their game? Getting Paul or Victor out, James and Natalie?
Michelle.
Or Michelle.
Well, 100% Michelle.
Yeah.
Why? Because Michelle, again, this is Michelle, this is James and Natalie, this is Paul and Victor, there's Nicole and Corey. Michelle's right here, and if these alliances keep going after each other, Michelle's just going to be dangling in the middle. I don't want to say floating, but she'll definitely scoot her way really far.
Floating.
Yeah. Floating, I guess, yeah.
Floating,
But I just think that Nicole is the best person to get Michelle out because she has good relationships with Victor and Paul and James and Natalie, so it kind of works out evenly for her.
Yeah, I mean, she's had good relations. I mean, at this point,
yeah, I don't
with Paul and... Although she makes up with Paul, we'll talk a little bit about that later. And now she hates Victor now. This thing's so fucking confusing.
I don't know.
I think Michelle's emotions just kind of get like really twisted or whatever. One day she hates you, the next day you're her best friend. I don't get it. But okay, so yeah, Nicole was kind of speculating on possibly doing that. And if she was to do that, she would probably take Michelle off and put Victor on the block. So that's what she would have done if she wanted to get one of the two of them out. Or she'd take Paul off and put on Natalie and James. So she's kind of like thinking about what she should do. She ends up just, agreeing to just leave nominations the same.
Right.
And to be honest, the show actually kind of misled the viewers a little bit. Like, she was actually joking to Corey about possibly getting Paul or Victor out.
Yeah.
So it was like a misquote thing or whatever, or they were just doing it for TV, because not a lot happened this week. Like, what do you think about, like, the week overall so far?
It seemed like a boring week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we know there's going to be a blind set with James and Natalie, but we know there's going to be a blind set with James and Natalie.
It's the only thing keeping us going.
Yeah. It's like, we kind of knew that. So it was like, no one's arguing with anyone. It's just kind of like up in the air.
I know. And it just seems... I mean, it's like a calm week.
Yeah.
I enjoyed watching the feeds, but, like, there wasn't a lot of game talk.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure now that Michelle's, like... Moving forward, now that Michelle's position is different, some stuff's going to get blown up.
I think you're right. I think we'll.
I think the lines are going to be drawn officially this coming week.
I agree 100%. We'll see what happens with that HOH, but let's get to the eviction episode first. Right. So, veto, Nicole decides not to use it. Game Snom's the same. So, coming into the next episode, they seem to focus heavy on the care package.
Yeah.
So, Nicole's getting a little paranoid about Victor, and she's kind of thinking that maybe Victor would vote Paul out. What do you think about her thought process there? Do you think that was just like... I didn't really understand
Where's she coming up with this?
I don't know.
I don't know. That doesn't make any sense.
She's like, I saw Michelle and Victor talking, and they showed the clip.
That was just like something probably production added in there just to put it in there.
But she talked about it outside too.
I don't know.
I thought that. Guys, did
Yeah,
you think that was strange?
That was weird.
It was a little bizarre. I mean, again, you're in the house for over 70 days. You get a little stir crazy, so it's not that surprising. Yeah. But Jesus Christ!
Oh.
Holy shit, Nicole! Calm down. Deep breaths. So, but because of this little paranoia, they decide to give who the $5K?
Victor gets the $5,000. So the plan. Well, I didn't know that was the cause of why Victor got the $5,000.
Me neither.
I literally had no idea that was what was coming to that. So when Corey decided to give him the $5,000, I thought it was like in the spot in the moment. I didn't know there was like pre-talking like, yeah, Victor can possibly be working with Michelle, James, and Natalie if we don't give him this money. And I'm like, oh, well, are you being serious? Like,
your boy's getting boned. Nah.
I don't really understand that at all. But so yeah, Victor's appreciating about it. Like, thank you for giving the $5,000. And it's kind of like solidifies the Final Four.
Yeah, and that's the Alliance name and what they plan to do, Final Four.
Yeah.
So, and they want to do a trip together. Mm-hmm. So, that's a little fun. They actually talked about that a little bit on the feeds. They talked about going to one Australia, Hawaii.
Yeah.
Talked about going to a few places together. It seems rather interesting, I think. I think they'll all be legitimate friends afterwards.
Yeah.
So, they do the thing with the care package. They give them the $5K. So Michelle, Natalie, and James, let's talk about how they're coping right now. At this point, and I think even up until the eviction, they know that, well, I think maybe 2 hours before the eviction they know. Yeah. But they think that Paul is going. Or at least they're relatively sure. Michelle's a little more iffy because she's on the block, and you're always iffy when you're on the block. I mean, what do you think about specifically James's attitude about Michelle not going this week? Because he seems so sure. Like, what do you think about it?
James is... Oh God. And we talked about this with McCrae.
Yeah,
James is not here to play the game.
He's here to bone.
He's not here to play.
He's here to bone.
Yeah, there you go. Like, he's not here to play the game.
McCrae
I have not seen this whole week James talk to either Corey or Nicole.
Yeah, I mean,
at game at all. Like, nothing future-wise, nothing like, oh, let's get rid of Paul and Victor and Michelle afterwards. Like, no game talk is being addressed.
It's crazy.
And if you don't talk game, at least at some point with any of the people that are HOH, like the HOH, it's going to backfire on you. And you're not going to get your way every time, James. And this was a fuck you to Nicole fuck you to Nicole and Corey for getting Zakiya out. This was what it was.
What was?
Getting Michelle out was a fuck.
You mean from them?
Right, yeah.
This was like, what the fuck you talking about?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. So this is a blindside to James. Like, Nicole and Corey are blindsided to James and Natalie, just like James and Natalie blindsided Nicole and Corey about getting Zakiya out. And I like that.
Yeah.
Like, fuck yeah, Nicole, you do what you gotta do.
I agree 100%. And honestly, with James, like, not even just that, but I maybe skipped ahead a little bit. But James also wanted the $5K from the care package to throw the HOH. What is...
At Final 6?
What is
he thinking? Are you fucking stupid?
I mean, does he not know that he's still in a duo after that?
Yeah.
I mean, like, this guy's crazy. And he's thinking Michelle's going to stay. So it's not even just a duo. It's 3 people. In his mind, anyway. We know
James and Natalie should have went into the room and been like, so the plan's Paul, right? I mean, obviously, if he's staying in the house, he's going to be with Victor, and he's going to start winning stuff, and they're very unpredictable.
I agree.
One sentence. Boom. Boom.
Boom.
Try something out. Nothing happened. James is telling Michelle, don't say anything, don't talk. Corey and Nicole want Michelle out.
Yeah.
What are you not getting? What are you not getting out of that?
James, listen, we loved you last season. Yeah. I still like James.
I like James too. Yeah, he just has to get his head out of his ass and start playing.
I'm just disappointed with how he's playing this season. Like, he's playing a low-key game, but not smart about it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind low-key games if they're done right. I think Nicole did very well this week, and she's doing a low-key game. Yeah. And this was a low-key move, too, when you think about it. Yeah. So I think Nicole's actually doing very well. Even though, like, obviously I like Paul and Victor the most.
Right.
I can respect people that are doing well. Nicole's doing well.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Nicole and Corey, but they're playing very smart right now, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, I appreciate good gameplay. Even, well, it is what it is. Okay, so let's get back in the house. So James, Natalie, and Michelle, like I just said, they don't know who's going. And they actually had this conversation with Paul. He's kind of like, do you know who's going? No. Do you know who's going? No. No. And it was like, I saw this on the feeds. Like, they show this on the episode too, but that was directly after Veto. Yeah. The one that I'm talking about is like 6 hours before Eviction. Paul's like, no, I don't know who's going, but you should probably just ask Nicole. And Michelle's like, no, I'm not going to ask her. Like, she didn't campaign at all. Like, what do you think about the no campaign strategy? I think that's going to work.
Especially with Nicole and Corey?
Yeah, I mean, they need, like, affirmation. Yeah. Everyone needs affirmation.
Should have been like, hey, by the way, Nicole didn't put you up that week.
Yeah, threw the HOH to you. You said I can pick your noms.
Yeah.
She did say that.
Yeah.
All right, so
let's get back to the topic at hand.
Yeah, let's get back to the topic at hand. So we'll just go to the family thing first. So they show the videos of everyone's families. I thought it was a very heartwarming scene. Yeah. Like I almost had tears coming out of my eyes.
Yeah,
like,
it was pretty sad.
I was like looking out like
when Paul and Victor were crying. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, like me and him were watching together. I was like turning my head. I was like, boy. I can't let my buddy see me like this. But Natalie was crying. James get to see his daughter. It's always heartwarming.
Yeah.
Corey's family looks pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Victor's family had the accents. Yeah. Michelle's mom, I didn't know she had like the Eastern European accent. I didn't know that. Yeah, everyone's family seemed pretty chill.
Yeah.
But we don't know much about them. But I assume they're all chill, and they seemed like that on the video, and they all care.
100%. Yeah.
They all care about their family. And that,
after like 75 plus days, like fuck yeah, 79 fucking days in the house, and you finally get to see like your parents. That's pretty cool.
Probably 80 or 81 by the time you're watching this.
Yeah. But back to the episode. We are still talking about Victor.
Yeah.
I like Victor's family a lot.
Yeah, they showed his family like a little more than...
I did not know he was like I don't want to say fat, but like as like a kid, he was like a little chunky.
I mean, I think he just had a bigger build.
Yeah.
He was I
expect him to be like really skinny at a young age, but like
I thought he was skinny. I don't know. Maybe it's just perception.
Yeah.
It could have just been our TV. Who knows? But you never know. The camera does add 10 pounds. But I didn't think he looked fat. Maybe.
Yeah.
But I guess it's all subjective.
Right.
But Victor's family, they were chill. He had a lot of people there.
Yeah, a lot of supporters.
I like that though. Like, it just shows that he's so loved, and his story about how the house, they lost everything during Hurricane Katrina. I was like, wow, I didn't know anything about that.
Right.
He lived in Puerto Rico for a lot of his life. Says he loves it there. I mean, that's pretty chill.
Yeah.
I already liked Victor. Now I like him even more. Mm-hmm. Is that even possible? Who knows? Yeah. But I guess it is. All right, so let's get to the eviction.
Okay, so
go for it.
So let's talk about. There's 4 people voting, so if there's a tie, Nicole's going to break it.
Break it.
So first person that votes is Victor. Victor votes out Michelle, obviously, and then the second person, was it Corey or was it Natalie or James? I don't remember.
I think it was
Corey. No, because Corey pushed James. I remember.
It was Natalie.
Natalie, right? So Natalie voted out Paul.
Yeah.
And then Corey went in and voted out Michelle. And then James went in there and voted out Paul. So we have a 2-2 tie. We haven't had a 2-2 tie since season 15.
Before that, I just want to say the Paul and Mish makeout sesh.
Oh yeah,
I'm game for it. All right,
that was better than last Paul.
that was so fake.
Yeah, I know.
All right, go.
But anyways, it's a tie, so now Nicole has to break it.
She looks so nervous.
She was like, "Oh fuck, this is gonna be the $500,000 decision right now," and it could be.
I think she made the right choice.
Yeah,
but we don't tell us what you did.
So Nicole, very quickly decided this is just a strategic move. Michelle, I have to vote to evict you, and Michelle called everyone out.
Yeah, everyone out. Not Paul though, surprisingly.
Yeah,
she called
and
out.
Not Corey either.
She called out
or Natalie or James.
That's not everyone, is it? She called out Victor of all people.
Victor and Nicole.
And I'm like,
Interesting.
Her targets change every week.
Yeah.
Like, I guess Nicole's a constant, but hey, I hate Paul at the beginning of this week. But by the end of the week, she's like, oh, I love Paul now. I'm going to fake make out with him. We're both crazy. Yeah. Okay. So Michelle goes out. First off, she steals Pablo. First off, that's not friendship. Don't take Pablo away. That's not friendship, Michelle. Funny. Your boy's pissed. Pablo's gone. Fuck you. I'm done. All right, so she takes Pablo. She throws it away.
That lucky person.
Yeah. Oh man, I wish I was. Oh.
Damn it! Fuck.
Oh, this should have been the day.
Should have got our tickets.
This should have been the day. All right. Anyway.
Yeah.
Michelle talks to Julie. Julie's like, yeah, well, maybe you should have campaigned. Michelle's like, I did in the past 2 hours.
Yeah.
And Julie's like, yeah, you had 7 days.
Yeah.
Bonk!
Yeah. By that time, there was way too much stuff going on.
Julie's like, girl, bonk!
And then the goodbye messages, and Nicole saying this was just a strategic move, and James was blindsided. We know that.
Victor said that solidified that they were in a purpose alliance.
And Michelle's like, I knew it.
Victor's so honest.
Yeah.
I would have fucking said that. I would have said, listen, I'm going after James and Natalie next. Or, I mean, I'm going after
No,
Nicole
but I think the reason why he
you.
said that was to get Michelle's jury vote and be like, listen, this was just strategic. It wasn't against you, Michelle, but it is what it is.
I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
Paul's just like, we're both crazy. Paul had an interesting jury strategy this time. Beginning of the week, Michelle hated him. End of the week, kind of, I guess, in between.
Yeah.
So I think Paul did very well. I think he knew that was going to be the case.
Yeah, so let's talk about what the HOH competition is going to be.
Yeah.
All it is really is the egg competition.
For Big Brother 17 and Big Brother 16 too.
Yeah.
Although they did that in duos that time.
Yeah.
But if you guys remember from Big Brother 17, the one that Vanessa ended up winning.
At the final 5.
Yeah, I know that was a little weird.
Yeah.
She wanted it. I wanted Johnny Mac to win. I still want Johnny Mac to win.
Right? Can we have everything?
Well, he stayed that week anyway.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't know who's winning right now, but who do you think's gonna win?
I'm gonna guess Natalie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess it's possible. I mean, we'll see.
She has small fingers, but if not Natalie, I don't think James will win it. I think James has really thick fingers, so I doubt that will be the case. But either Natalie or Corey.
Yeah, I know.
That's how I feel.
I'm like watching it right now, like on live feeds.
Yeah.
And
So, it seems like the lines are drawn. So there's now 3 duos in the house, which I don't think we've ever had in Big Brother before.
I don't think we have either.
Or at least I can't recollect any 3 duos.
3 duos is a big fucking thing, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like very surprised that this is like the case right now. Mm-hmm. Just very surprising all around.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Which of them's going to win?
Which duo?
Depends.
Do you think a duo is going to get to the final 2? I doubt it.
I doubt it.
So doubt it.
I so doubt it.
They're going to be breaking those duos up like crazy.
Yeah, they are.
I have no idea who's making it to final 2.
I don't either, and that's very...
And I like that.
It's scary, but it's like
ooh.
But like we have the people we want there, but
Yeah.
we don't know if they're actually gonna make it.
Yeah.
So let us know what you guys think. Who's gonna make it to the end below? And I'm assuming you guys know what the HOH is at this point because it takes me a few hours to edit.
Yeah.
So, you want to call the episode?
I guess that's pretty much it. Guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. We make videos every, I would say, Friday and Tuesdays.
We do it about 3-4 times a week.
Yeah, three or 4 times a week. We make a different new video. We're doing a sequester one coming up soon.
Yep.
With Audrey's game. Some reality room news. I guess I'll just say some stuff.
New Big Brother.
New Big Brother coming up the end of September, and I'm a little scared about that.
Me too. But
because I don't know if it's gonna be good.
I don't know if it's gonna be good either. But like, I mean, I think it will be because this Big Brother is Big Brother, and like, it's not like. I think it'll be fine. We'll be covering that too, of course.
Yeah, obviously. But we have a lot of other stuff. We'll be covering Survivor this time around. We're going to be covering Sequester.
Yeah.
Also, in the comment section below, let us know what reality show you would want us to cover, if there is any. We'll try our best to get it on. And, until next time, guys. Peace. Thanks a lot, guys.